All right, grasshoppers. Somebody just woke up.
I fell asleep on the couch.
Oh my God.
Ugh.
We had gotten better too. It's 10:06 right now. Last time it was 10:01. So we were making progress getting closer to 10. We faded away a little bit, but all right, that's all right. 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
I mean, that's how life is, right?
Yeah, definitely. Hey, first
See, I'm a representation of life, Tom.
There's no doubt. I'm not. You are. I am not a representation of life. You are, though. Hey, good question for you. I was reading a newspaper the other day. I think it was actually after we had our last show. And there's the mayor of Bowling Green, Kentucky, found a woman in his basement. Was that you?
Is that true? Did you just make that up?
No, serious. I think it was the house he was redoing another house that he had. And he went to check on it, and he starts smelling smoke and everything like that. The cigarettes. I thought it was Elaine.
No, that wasn't me. Okay. I don't watch the news. That stuff's depressing. So.
I know. I read it. I can't hear it too. I read it. It was actually read a newspaper online, I think. So
that's funny though. Sounds about right. So she was squatting.
Yeah, she was squatting there and she said smoking cigarettes. I mean, got to give her a lot of nerve, or get credit for nerve, because she could obviously just hear him upstairs, and then she's just smoking cigarettes. And
when that nicotine kicks in, you got to have it. You do whatever.
See, I never could smoke cigarettes.
Man, I've been smoking since I was 8 years old.
Is that right? Hey, really? 8 years old?
Yeah.
How did you start smoking at 8 years old? Did somebody else have them and gave you one, or?
I used to steal them from my daddy.
Oh, is that right? You were one of those.
Listen, I done a lot of stuff really young. I drank. I smoked weed. I was a hellion.
When you were young?
Oh yeah. I used to skip school. Like the first time I got suspended, I was in 4th grade, and for dropping the F-bomb to my teacher.
It's not funny.
Yeah, so they suspended me. I walked home chain smoking, cussing. I was mad.
You're mad at that.
Dude, I was a bad kid. I told you, man. Like I done some pretty bad stuff. Like I literally was smoking weed, drinking, skipping school when I was in elementary school.
So now I'm very serious when I say this. Now you are like somebody that a lot of people respect, right? I mean, the way you conduct yourself, the way you're like.
Yeah. I mean,
did something like all of a sudden change in your life, or you just matured?
No, I ran away from home when I was 14, and I came up to Kentucky. My dad sent me up here to my grandparents because I was a bad kid, and my grandpa changed my life, and then the rest is history. My dad worked all the time. And he worked 16, 17-hour days. He had 4 kids, and kids need discipline, and he had to work. So, we kind of raised ourselves. And when children are left to make grown folk decisions, they make poor ones. And that's what we done. We just done whatever we wanted. So, when he was around, he made us do chores. He busted our asses. He spent a lot of time with me because I was a girl and I had to be home all the time. I had curfew. Like he's like, yo, I'll be home at this time. You better be there. And I was, my brothers, they were a little wilder than I was, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, he done the best he could, and I don't follow
your grandfather. Was he hard on you, or is he just there?
No, it wasn't that he was hard on me, because my grandpa couldn't make me. I got my stubbornness from him.
Yeah.
And so did my dad. My dad's just as stubborn as me, and we all get it from him. And it wasn't that he was hard on me. He was just there.
Right.
I went from deciding on whether or not I would want to go to school that day to grandpa asking me who was calling me on the phone. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Just there, because he was retired. Him and my granny both were. And after coming up here, my granny actually died about 3 or 4 weeks after I came up here. She passed away. And that was part of the reason why my dad didn't want to send me to Kentucky, is he said my granny was sick. He's like, I'm not sending your little badass up there. My mom's sick. And I was like, no, I'll be good. I promise I'll be good. And he wouldn't send me, and that's why I ran away. is I was calling his bluff and forcing his hand.
Yeah.
And when I ran away, he's like, "All right, you're out of here,"
Oh.
And I never went back. I stayed up here from the time I was 14 and until now. I went back every summer, and to go stay with my dad during the summers, and then I've been up here ever since.
It's interesting what you said there a while ago, how if you leave kids alone to let them make their own decisions, things are going to go bad. And you even see it now with like families that are intact, right? Where a lot of parents maybe feel like, they don't want to be telling their children what to do all the time. They want them to love them and everything, and I know, I agree, right? Really in my mind, it seems like you're the same way. Being a great parent is about being a parent. It's not about them loving you or because you let them do whatever they want. They're going to love you because they respect you, because you are acting like a parent. When you're telling them what they need to do, because that's your role, right? It's not, you don't need another pal when you're a parent. You have a job to do. That's raise that child, right?
Well, that's the problem is parents. A lot of parents these days fall into that role of friend.
Yeah.
And kids don't need no more friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
They need somebody to set them straight.
Yeah.
And my dad tried. He really did. And he was a single man raising 4 kids. He got full custody of us when I was like 2 years old.
Right.
And my mom split, and he was, what's he gonna do? You know what I mean? Like he didn't have a choice. So he done the best he could, and to this day he still feels guilty and feels bad for a lot of the things, for us getting into trouble and this, that, and the other. And man, my dad was a great dad, and people can say what they want, but he tried, dude. He bust our asses. I couldn't tell you how many times. It's just we figured out a way that when we'd walk one way when dad was around, and when he was gone, we'd do what we want. And
that's a kid's
because kids are smart, man. Kids are smart.
And kids are always like that, right? They're going to push it as far as they can push it. That's most kids. That's their job in life, right? Is to see what they can get away with.
Well, now listen. When I moved in with my grandpa, I gave that old man hell. I mean, I ran away from here too. I stole his truck. I was meaner and shit here too. It took years. It took years to line this and hero out. That's for sure.
When you do stuff like steal his truck, what would he do?
Call the law.
Oh.
Put an APB out.
Yeah.
I did. I would get caught eventually, but I just had anger problems, and I had a lot of built up stuff from being a kid. When after my mom split, and when my dad would get women wives, my dad's been married a few times, and every wife he had I hated. Well, I don't want to say hated, but he wasn't a very good pick of women, and my stepmom I got now, he's been married to her for like 16 years. He's gonna die with this one. He found a good one when he found her, but when we was younger, he did not know how to pick women at all. So it's like most of my stepmoms were drug addicts, and dad would work around the clock, and then my stepmom would supposed to go buy groceries, and they would buy dope instead. So he would kick a few out, but it was just crazy madness, and it's like, what woman? And I should have told him when we were younger. I was like, yo, what woman in their right mind would come into a house with 4 kids that are in, like, I was 2 when my mom left, and when we moved to Florida, I was 6. Like, what woman in her right mind is going to come hang out with you whenever you got a 12-year-old, a 6-year-old hanging out?
I hear you, but the other side, looking at that too, is that
no, I'm saying that them women were crazy. He should have known they was crazy when they said yes.
No, but I hear you. But you could also look at it the other way. It could be a fantastic woman who really loved your father. And said,
that's true. Hey, well, his wife he married, she's got 5 kids of her own.
Huh.
So they're the freaking Brady bunch. He's got 4, she's got 5 or 6. So it's like we became the Partridge Family, No, but I don't blame my dad, dude. He did the best he could, and like I said, he does feel guilty for a lot of stuff. But it is what it is. People make mistakes, and they do what they can with what they got, and sometimes it don't work out. That's just part of it. And I think I had a great childhood. Like it was wilder than damn it. I'm not even lying, bro. It was wilder than damn it. But I wouldn't take it back for a New York minute. It's been what's made me. So it's like, why would I take that stuff? I'm freaking great. Why would I take that stuff back?
I don't know, but great. You're all right. I don't know. It's going to be, think highly of yourself. That's important.
I'm wonderful, Tom. I turned out fantastic. I did get a tattoo when I was 10. That was I should have never done. It's the only tattoo I got. And
let's get this straight. At 8 years old, you started smoking cigarettes. At 10 years old, you got a tattoo.
Yeah, I was skipping school when I was in well, I might have been 11. Wait, how old? I was in 5th grade. And I was skipping school. My brothers were skipping school. My house was the place to hang out. So we would have anywhere from 10 to 20 kids at my house every single day.
There's one of our listeners here. It's a credit to you, Elaine, that you have turned out as you have, coming from the background you have. That's very nice.
I appreciate that, Joseph.
Yeah.
But we was all skipping school, and the kids that were in middle school, my brother and them that were in middle school, they had Indian ink and needle and a thread, and they were talking about getting tattoos, and they were too chicken to go first. They were like, I'm not doing it. No, you do it. I'm not doing it. And I was like, yo, I'll do it. Jumped in there, you know what I mean? Shortest one in the room, the youngest. And I was like, yo, tap me up. I'm ready. My dad almost killed me. Like, I almost died. Because, when he first came home, he said, what is that? And I said, I took a pen and I drawed it on my hand, Dad. And he's like, go wash that shit off. What are you doing? And I was like, oh, it's cool, Dad. And he's like, wash that shit off. It wouldn't come off, bro. I was in so much trouble, dude. I almost got beat to death. It was crazy. But I'm saying we were meaner and shit, wilder and damn it. And, I got my fair share of whoopings. And my dad did the best he could. And I love my dad dearly. Like, my dad's cool. He's really cool. You do remind me of my dad, Tom. You both a little thin on top. You know what I mean?
Grass does not grow on a busy street, Elaine. Grass does not grow on a busy street.
No. Yeah. I told you that. On the island. I was like, yo, you remind me of my dad.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I met I met your dad there out in LA, yeah.
Oh, did you see the similarity, right? You seen it, right?
Totally. Yeah, yeah. We could be like, we might be related, maybe cousins or something like that.
Never know. Listen, when my dad was younger, he was buff. My dad was ripped up.
Oh, is that right? What did he do?
Well, when we lived in Kentucky, he was a mechanic and he worked in the coal mines.
Oh.
And we got in a little bit of trouble. He got in a little bit of trouble when we had to split town. And that's when we moved to South Florida. And he started working on heavy machinery. He works on cranes and big equipment. And he still does that to this day. That's
really?
still
How's
he
he
does.
feeling now too? He was not feeling too well. How is he?
He's feeling better.
Yeah.
I think he had corona, but old man's stubborn as shit. He wouldn't go to the doctor. But,
so he changed his own medication back to the old medication. How is that?
Yeah, he's a doctor.
Yeah.
That's how we are, Tom. Yeah. Every one of us is like that. It's like we make our own decisions. We do what we want.
I've been to a doctor. I got a checkup there going on Survivor. That was the last time I had a checkup in like 20 years. I don't go to doctors at all.
Yeah, see, I don't like going to the doctor either. It's like, forget that. But so I have been smoking since I was little bitty. I was doing drugs, ripping, running, drinking, which I don't do any of that stuff anymore. The only thing I do is smoke.
Yeah,
and
we're gonna stop.
I do the do.
Are we? Is it the Monday? Are we on Monday yet? Because we keep saying Monday or it's changed. Monday's good.
No, okay. So listen. So Tanya went and did her dress fitting yesterday.
I saw that online there. She posted something. Yes.
Yeah. So my life is about to change. Basically, she's like, we got to get in shape.
Okay. So we've determined then that she goes through a phase where like she threatens and threatens and threatens, and finally it happens, right?
Yeah.
So we're still in the threatening stage?
No, we're in the I'm doing this tomorrow phase or the whatever. I think she said, Thursday. I think she said Thursday.
Okay, so you get 2 more
We're
days.
having our makeshift Thanksgiving dinner. She said after that one.
Oh, you're going to do it? That's right. I want to do that. I forgot all about that. Yes.
See?
Yeah.
See? I do stuff I say I'm going to do, Tom. I follow through.
Okay. We'll go with that. Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah, that makes sense.
No, when it comes to dinner, hell yeah, I'm doing it. It's like, you want to do Thanksgiving dinner? Yes, I do.
Now
Done.
now you got, you know what has happened last night? I don't know if I told you this, but I don't do it anymore. But years ago, when I was not as healthy as I am now, I would get like every 2 or 3 months, I would get the smell of Kentucky Fried Chicken. And I don't know what it was. I wouldn't have to go near the place. I just had a hankering for Kentucky Fried Chicken. And I would buy like a 20-piece bucket. I wouldn't just buy like a 3-piece meal. They have to be a 20-piece bucket with all the fixes, the mashed potatoes and gravy and macaroni and cheese and coleslaw. Bring that home, and I would eat macaroni and cheese, or I would eat chicken for a week, and then I'd feel like awful. It's all sugar. I feel terrible for like the next month, and then it'd go away, and then all of a sudden, like 3 months later, again. So they had a commercial on last night.
I was watching. I live at where the original KFC is. It originated here.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. My grandpa used to know him years back. Yeah, because he, KFC was just like 15, 20 minutes from here. And
here's how bored I was I was watching Cops last night, and they kept running the Kentucky Fried Chicken commercial like every 5 minutes. I was like, "What are you like?" I feel like they're targeting Tom. Like, keep playing, keep showing that commercial. I was like,
Well, KFC doesn't taste the same in other states to me.
Oh, really?
I don't know what it is. The original, I don't know what it is. Some of them's okay, but y'all come down to the original KFC right here in Whitley County, Kentucky. I'm doing a promo.
Is that where you live? Whitley County? That's where you are? Whitley County, Kentucky.
Whitley County.
Is that near Bowling Green? Is that where you were in that guy's basement?
Yeah, Bowling Green's I think it's 2 hours west.
Oh, okay.
That's where I did my casting call, was in Bowling Green.
Oh, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
So let's talk about Survivor a little bit. So did you watch Survivor all the time, like growing up watching Survivor?
Yeah, I watched it when I was in college when it first came out.
Oh.
And I just liked it. I just thought, man, I could do that. That'd be easy.
How many times did you apply?
Just 4. I tried 4, but it was over a span of 20 years.
Oh.
So it's like I tried out. I'm pretty sure I think I tried out twice in my 20s, and then once in my 30s and once in my 40s. So
do you think when they were doing the casting, they said they did all the psychological tests and everything? They said, you know what, Tom and Elaine are going to end up like being like best friends. We're going to put them together. I think that's what happened? Yeah.
Just imagine you could have got Janet instead of me because I was the older woman. You could have got Janet. Do you think you and Janet would have been besties? No.
I already told you this. It was funny, and I liked them a lot. Janet was fantastic, and that whole other crew after the tribe swap where you bailed on me. But we were funny, right? Like when we would sit down and have dinner, it was hilarious. Like we would all sit around the fireplace, cutting each other up and everything, having fun. And when they came over after the tribe swap, I don't know how they were after the merge, but I remember we sat down for the first dinner, and they all were getting dressed for dinner and everything, and they were talking about how we were all going to have a turn to give 4 things that we were thankful for. And I thought they were joking around. I didn't think they were serious. So I start getting smart aleck, and I'm saying stupid stuff and everything. And they're going, no, this is serious. This is really important.
I told you whenever the show was over, the camera guys from Lyro Beach, they were like, yo, you were my favorite. We loved you. When you left, it was so boring. That's what they told me. You guys were so boring.
They felt bad. They felt bad for you.
No, they said that the new Lyro was boring. Because stuff like that, like it was super serious, like super whatever. Whereas me and you when we were together, it was like
I know it was. Shut
up.
Remember we played charades that one night? That was funny.
Yeah, that was terrible. I have that etched in my brain forever.
We can't. It was a little bit of an X-rated charades, I'd say, right? I mean, we got a little.
No, it's you and Aaron doing Brokeback Mountain.
The other one, I'm not even going to say. The one we had Vince and Dean do.
Get your hockey buddies to ask you to reenact that, Tom.
No way. I was actually.
Didn't you do Titanic too? What didn't you and?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Was that you and Aaron that done Titanic?
Yeah, good call by you. I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
What did you guys do? I can't remember the ones you did.
I can't remember. I just focused on everybody else looking crazy, and I totally forgot what I done.
Just so everybody's listening, so you got a lot of downtime, right? It isn't always, you're not always doing something. So we're talking. We had a funny group, and there was just one night we decided we were going to play charades, and it was really, it was good. Like we went out there pretty good.
Oh, didn't Chelsea put my clothes on? Didn't she? And she was acting
right.
like me. That was hilarious. She looked just like me. It was weird. I was like, "Yo, there I go."
That was good. That was really good.
Yeah, it really was. That was fun.
Yeah. What I was going to ask you something too about Survivor. What? So you talk to your boy Nick, the crybaby from Kentucky?
I haven't talked to him lately. I talked to him a couple weeks ago.
Is that how all guys in Kentucky are? Like he does a lot of whining, right? Like kind of whining.
No, Nick's a little upset with his edit right now. He's they're giving him a goofy edit. Like he's a goofball or whatever. Yeah, I was telling somebody, it's like, yo, I would just own it because I'm a goofball, so I would be like, Yeah, but
it is true though. I mean, and it's not like Survivor's doing anything wrong. You sign up for Survivor, they can do whatever they want to do with the show. But a lot of times, even for us, our show, there's a lot of stuff that they came across. What like that? That didn't really. I didn't see that it was that way. Like certain personalities.
Yeah.
Like Nora, when I was with Nora, she wasn't as much of a goofball as she seemed like on this show. Like when I'm watching
she's a Fruit Loop, Tom. You missed out.
Oh.
Yeah. No, but he's just he's been getting a lot of crap and
people give him a hard time.
Yeah, people have been giving him a hard time and stuff. And when you got a few thousand people telling you something negative, it gets frustrating. You know what I mean? Like it gets frustrating, and I could see where he would get frustrated or whatever.
Yeah, but you know what though? I mean, I hate to say it, but I mean, I played in the NHL for 10 years. I mean, I had millions of people tell me how bad I was for 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, I think you've got to, I guess you kind of, for me, I guess I kind of got used to it from playing sports all the time because people are always going to critique you, right? And now it's worse with social media where everybody's got an opinion.
No, that's what I was going to say. You was back in the old Moses tablet and a stone days. So in that, social media and stuff, like people can jump on right then and tell you what they think. You know what I'm saying?
You played at Madison Square Garden in front of 20,000 people and you make a mistake on the ice and they're all booing you.
Oh, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. So
they probably, you know what, Tom, you was probably only popular because you would fist fight all the time. Yeah. And they're like, yo, we want to watch this big dummy fist fight because we know he's going to.
I wasn't I could hold my own, but there's guys that are a lot tougher than I was. They did more fighting than I was.
Who was the worst in the league for fist fights?
Well, it's. I know you say worse, but it's funny. As we look at it, it's kind of like who's the best. Yeah, like
who's the best?
Well, there's guys like Clark Gillies was a big guy who played with the Islanders. Bob Nystrom for the Islanders, like the New York Islanders, New York Rangers. So obviously both New York teams. We played like 20 miles away from each other. So when I first started in the NHL, the Islanders were winning all the Stanley Cups, the championship of the NHL. So we hated each other.
So did you ever fist fight with those two guys?
Oh no way.
Was you scared? Tom, you was scared?
Scared. No, it was a matter of
whatever.
No, well, fighting what back then was all like a strategy too. It was actually part of the game. It's part of if they had really talented guys, I was going to try to intimidate those talented guys so they wouldn't play as well as they would. So then they had Clark Gillies and Bob Nystrom that come over and said, Laidlaw, you stay away from my guy or I'm going to beat the crap out of you. Then we had somebody like Nick Fotiu, who our team was a tough guy that would step in and fight those guys and say, you leave Tom alone kind of thing. So I was a fighter, but not that heavy.
Okay. So you was like
the middleweight.
You wasn't the cleanup batter. You was the one that batted right after or before.
Yeah, that's right. That's definitely right. So
you were scared. You were scared. I'm glad we straightened that out. You were scared, and so you got your bigger buddy.
Don't start manufacturing things, okay? Like you look at the manufacturing part of you. We should do an analysis of you. Have we analyzed you like psychologically? Let's analyze you. Because you're
Tom, talk to Google right now. Google me.
Hey Siri, who is Elaine Scott?
To unlock your iPhone first.
See, it doesn't work. She said it doesn't work.
Tom always Googles himself. I think it's hilarious.
I don't know. It is funny though when my boys come over, and if we've had a couple of margaritas, or whatever, and I'll start with the "Who's Tom Laidlaw" thing, and then I'll go like "Who's Shane Laidlaw?" It's my oldest son, and it just doesn't respond. So.
That's hilarious. All right, so Google is your best friend. That's one.
At this quarantine time right now, yes.
You're actually a bigger chicken in hockey than I thought you was.
That is not accurate.
You're not the toughest on the team by no means.
I was not the toughest. That's correct. Yeah.
Oh, got one right.
Yeah.
And basically,
I'm a sociopath. Is that what you called me a while ago? You called me a sociopath.
Tom's a sociopath because he has no empathy. Those who do not have empathy are considered to be the outliers of society because they cannot empathize with the individuals and make good choices when it comes to other individuals' safety.
Safety? No, the opposite.
Yeah, you don't give a shit what happens to people.
No, that's not true. That's not what empathy is. So if somebody comes to me with a problem, I'm not sitting there saying, "Oh, poor you." I'm saying, "Okay, there's a solution to the problem. Let's fix it. Don't whine about it. Let's fix it." That's what it's.
I have the same mentality, but I cry with them.
You cry with them? Yeah, you're whining.
Yeah.
You cry.
I'm like, we're gonna get through this together. I'm telling you.
I know.
Where Tom's like, suck it up, Buttercup.
No kidding.
No, Tom cries.
I do.
I wish they would show the reel of you and Aaron sitting on the bank crying like babies. And little old Biscuit come up and had to hug your neck and tell you everything was going to be okay.
Why don't you call up your little buddy there, Mr. Dimples, and find that tape for me and see if that's really what happened. Like, hey, Jeffy, hey, Proby.
Yeah. Tom, I really couldn't believe he was crying. It was only day 3. Tom's crying on day 3.
You can try to manufacture this.
Maybe it was day 9. Day 9.
I was crying because I got stuck with you. I said I've worked so hard to get on Survivor, and all of a sudden my alliance is Elaine. Like what?
Whatever. Listen, when you met me on Ponderosa, you're like, yes, there's my best friend.
That was funny, sitting out there by the water and staring. So we had at Ponderosa is this big room we would all sit in, and they have these, I don't know what do you call them, people watching us to make sure
handlers. Your
handlers, that's right. And Elaine and I would go sit, pretend we're looking out at the water, romantic moment.
You're supposed to tell our secrets, Tom.
And we talked.
So I would be facing this way.
Yeah.
And Tom would be facing this way.
Yeah.
On totally different benches.
Yeah, we talked.
We wouldn't even around each other. That's because Big Dummy here's got a big mouth, so I heard every word he was saying.
No.
He's like, hey, you be my friend. I'm like, we're not supposed to talk.
They get mad at me one morning because I wake up early all the time. So I went down there, I was sitting up by the water, and then Perv Dan came over and wanted to talk to me. They came over and started yelling at me. Like, it's like, I'm sitting in my own business. The pervert came over to me. So I don't know.
You're so harsh. Listen,
what?
Because nobody wakes up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Nobody does that. But you.
You know who does? John Gruden, coach of the Oakland Raiders, does that.
Yeah.
Did you watch the NFL draft? You in the football?
I watched some of it. I see where Cincinnati got Burrows.
Yeah.
And so does that mean they're going to get rid of Andy Dalton?
Yeah.
Because
they should.
Andy Dalton has went. Listen, he was good. Like his second year or whatever was the only good year the kid's had. He's went downhill since. Yeah,
and you can't. There's some people that say, well, you got to give the kid a chance to get used to the league and all that kind of stuff. But that kid's he's the star.
No, but you're either somebody that's going to perform in key moments or you're not, and you'll never be one of those people that grow into that. You know, like,
yeah.
You know, listen, you can make all kinds of mistakes, but in the heat of the moment, like people that are bound for greatness as far as like sports are concerned, and like the NFL, like they are clutch. They are totally clutch in big moments.
You'd be surprised though. Guys mature, like it's different in the NFL because guys come in like at 22 or 23 years old, and in NHL, kids can come in and play at 18 years old. That's a big difference in maturity from 18 to 22.
Yeah, that's true.
So they do change, but I hear you. You know, you are like by the time you get to 18.
But he's been in the league how many years now?
Andy Dalton?
Yeah.
But
quite a few. And then no, that's what I'm saying though. Like he hasn't done
Yeah.
it by now. He's not going to. You
In
know
all
what I'm saying?
likelihood, you're right. Yes, in all likelihood, you're right. Yeah, especially at that position, if you don't have that mentality, like you've got to train yourself. Like like a Tom Brady being a 6th-round draft pick,
I hate.
like that was,
I hate.
But I think his work ethic is impeccable too, right? I mean, his preparation, all that kind of stuff. So I think that's part of it too. If a guy isn't willing to do the work, there's lots of young quarterbacks that come along that don't want to do the work. So, just like my preparation for Survivor was impeccable.
Oh my goodness! Oh my! Listen, I found my balance board out in the garage, and I thought of you yesterday.
Did you find it?
Yeah, I got it. I found it.
What'd you do?
I told you it's getting the storms are brewing. I told you it's brewing, so it's like, yo, I'm getting ready. I'm boarding up the windows like a hurricane. You know.
You're like throwing around bales of hay and all that. Why don't you get some bales of hay and throw those around? Like
I do need to go get some straw. Hey, throwing bales of hay would make you stronger than anything.
That's me growing up on the farm. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I made it. I wasn't ever one of the best players on my team, but every team I'd come to and play, I'd have the whole summer baling hay. So I was a beast, and I go into training camp and beating everybody, all the other kids up, and make the team, and then
And then the rest is history. How long did you play for?
Well, I played in the NHL for 11 years. I started playing when I was like 6 or 7 years old. I was awful when I started though too. I could not stand up on skates. You would have died. You would have really given me a hard time as a little kid. You would have been laughing at me. I couldn't stand up at all.
No, I wasn't a bully, Tom. I beat bullies up. I wasn't a bully.
Yeah.
I got picked on. I did not like that. I got picked on at home. I had 3 brothers, so there was 4 of us, and I got picked on a lot. So I did not like people that picked on other people. So I would not have picked on you. I would have probably helped you skate.
Well, why you pick on me now? You start all these rumors.
But that's different. That's different. I like you now, so now I can pick on you.
So I'm supposed to be able to take it. You just like I'm your target. Is that what it is?
You're my what's it called? Whipping post.
Maybe I'm sensitive. Maybe I have feelings and I'm sensitive. I need to hug.
You're not sensitive. You're a sociopath. You have no empathy. I told you this. So you was terrible in the NHL when you first started skating.
When I first started on the NHL, although my first game in the NHL was up in Boston, and I was my first game. I'm all excited. My whole life of dreaming playing in the NHL, and I shot it into our own net, scored in our own net. My first game in the NHL.
Did you really? Sounds about right, you big dummy.
Our goalie was this John Davidson, who actually now is the president of the New York Rangers, the team I played on. And so, he's a veteran player. So, part of you're coming in, you're young, you want to prove yourself to the veteran guys. And I hadn't even been told I made the team yet. So, it's just kind of, I'm on the team, but not officially. I could always get sent down. And so early in the game, I had the puck, and I was so nervous because my first game in the National Hockey League. I went to shoot around the boards and banked it right off the back of his leg into the net. And he looked at me through his mask, and it was like he wanted to kill me. Like, what are you thinking, kid? And he went back to the bench, and it wasn't like you made a mistake that the coaches could kind of correct. I mean, it's like the coaches were all looking at you like, you shot it into your own net, you idiot.
Yeah, that's crazy. So I'll come. Let's take me to an NHL match. What's it called? Take me to one of them games.
Take your game, absolutely. Yes,
I want to go.
Yeah.
Will they let me sing the national anthem?
Sure, absolutely. I'll call up the Rangers right now and see if we can set that up.
No way.
Wouldn't that be funny? We're gonna do our Christmas carol.
A Christmas album.
Jingle bells, Santa smells.
No, Tom smells. It's jingle bells, Tom smells. Yeah, that sounds better.
Seriously, we got to do that song. We got to sing all Christmas songs. Get it all taped and everything like that. Send it out to people. Brighten your time.
That'd be hilarious. Dude, I would totally go to a game. I've never been to an NHL game.
Yeah.
Ever.
And you would love Madison Square Garden too. So have you ever been to New York City?
Nope.
That's a whole different world from where you live. You'd like it. You'd be fine, but it'd be Madison Square Garden would be good. So Madison Square Garden is this historic building too. All these things like boxing matches and concerts and all that kind of stuff. They call it the world's most famous arena. And they do not every game, like not every basketball game and not every hockey game is going to be exciting because you're playing. They have 42 games or 41 home games every year. So they really make it an entertaining thing to go to the games in Madison Square Gardens. They bring in guys like myself and we entertain.
Do you ever get to go and get on the mic at Madison Square Garden just because you're a hockey player?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, they bring us alumni guys in, and we they have us.
Oh, that's all the really, really old people when they're standing on the court. That's you.
Finely tuned former players that have now gone on to other things in life, helping other people, such as Elaine Stott.
No, this is the way it is. Like I had watched the thing on the Kansas City Chiefs, and what's his name, Mahone, the quarterback. Mahone. Well, there's a woman who's like 100. Well, at the time she was 102. She's probably about 105 since the story, if she's still around.
Huh.
But Kansas City was her favorite team. She had never been to a game, and they brought her to a game, and she was 102 years old. And they let her come out on the field. They pushed her out on the field on her wheelchair, and then the whole entire team came by and like high fived her. And Mahone and them, they gave her a football with everybody's signature and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what they did to you, huh? 105. Brought you out. Let you sign jerseys. Give you signed jerseys.
No, they don't push me on the ice. They say, Tom, go entertain the masses. That's what they say.
Wait, do you get to go on the ice still?
Once in a while, actually, have you ever seen where they shoot those T-shirts up into the stands? You've seen that, right?
Yeah.
They got those guns. So I think it was last year, at the end of the last year, they had us old guys come to the game, and our job was in between periods. We were going to be throwing T-shirts up in the stands, and we were going to be using the gun down on the ice. So it starts off, I'm up in the stands, and they give me like 25 of these T-shirts. And now, because the stands goes up in a slant, so you got to throw it hard, but you got to throw it up in the air right away too, or you're going to hit people. Yeah. So I fired the first T-shirt, and I miscalculated, hit this poor woman right in the forehead. Like she was like 20 feet away from me. But the people that are helping me, they Tom, keep throwing. So I'm keep throwing. I'm trying to look back at this woman, and I realized I'm almost out of T-shirts. So I wanted to go give her a T-shirt. She's crying. I just hit her in the face. I don't have any more T-shirts. And now they say, Tom, you got to go. You got to get downstairs. So the poor woman, I found out later she was fine. It was just more of a shot. It was a T-shirt. It wasn't like I threw a baseball at her face. Well, now we go downstairs and we go onto the ice, and then they got us with these big guns, like these big round things, like the cannon kind of mentality. We're just blasting away. And all I'm thinking about is this poor woman up in the stands. I'm going to shoot in the opposite direction to where she is, because I'm thinking I'll probably hit her in the forehead again. Oh God, it was.
Yeah. See, you was. Oh, I always knew you was a bully. I always knew it. Yo, we won't put it out there. You just said you hit a woman in the forehead. Like, do you realize what kind of damage that could do to you?
I felt
in times like today.
I know. I felt the same. I felt the same shame when you almost cut Christmas finger off there. I never stand there laughing.
No, but listen. Okay, so what we're gonna do a Christmas album.
Yeah, seriously.
Dude, we're gonna go to a Rangers game, and me and you can sing the national anthem.
Definitely. And we're gonna.
These are goals. These are BFF goals.
We gotta do a video of like getting that tractor fixed too. Like we gotta get back on that.
Dude, I don't know what's up with the weather. It's like it's on menopause. The other day, last week it was 70, and today it's like it feels like it's freaking winter time again.
Yeah, it's really nice here. It's supposed to be in the 60s and sunny and everything.
Well, it's been raining. It's rained for 4 or 5 days. It was sunny for a few hours yesterday. I got out and picked up some stuff and cleaned up the garage or whatever. But it's raining again today. It's like I ain't going outside when it's cold and wet. I'm too old for that noise.
Well, then we should be doing other things.
These bones hurt, so I'm just gonna go in the living room.
Stop. We gotta get you on a better diet. This age thing is irrelevant. I'm 62 years old. I have never been better. What are we gonna sing? So Jingle Bells, Santa Smells, Grandma Got Run Over by.
We should write our own song.
Oh, there you go.
I'm all about being an original, Tom. You like to follow the herd. I don't. I like to cut new paths. You know, I like to blaze a new trail.
Really?
You know?
So
yeah.
What would you want the song to be about? Like, what do you think?
Christmas stuff, you goober. It's a freaking Christmas album.
Like a Kentucky Christmas?
Well, you want to sing Easter songs on a Christmas album?
Well, you know, I don't know. It's Kentucky. I don't know what you guys do there. Jeez, you're having turkey dinner.
Oh, let me tell you a story. I was you know, they can't have church and stuff now, right? So the church across the way, they hooked up a PA system out in the parking lot, and everybody was sitting in their vehicles in the car and stuff. You know, the preacher was out there preaching. And so I went out to the garage yesterday, and I could hear the piano. Like, so I rode the 4-wheeler down the hill, and like we sat across from the church on my property, but like, you know, 300 yards away. And like the music and stuff was like echoing through the hills. It was cool. It was pretty cool.
You feel
so
like,
I went to church yesterday on my 4-wheeler and took my dog.
Are you allowed to go to church? I mean, based on the life you've led? I mean,
yeah, I'm allowed to do what I want, Tom.
But I mean,
Whitley County's the only place where you can go to church on your 4-wheeler and bring your dog. So it's like it was a good time.
But I mean, seriously, if you went into church though, based on the way you live, would the building fall down around you or something like that?
They start throwing holy water on me immediately. No, I mean, this little church across the way here, I've been to that little church since I was a little bitty kid.
Right.
And, some of the same people that were in it when I was little bitty are in it right now. The preacher that used to preach when I was little, he's passed now. He was 90 something when I was a teenager.
Right.
And
so would you go to church when you were a teenager?
I mean, I went sometimes. I'm not going to lie to people and tell them I go to church all the time. I went sometimes, and but the same people, cause it's a little family owned church,
Right.
and like I said, the preacher's name was Kermit, and
Kermit?
yeah,
Kermit?
his name. Listen, he was one of the best people I've ever met in my life. Him and his wife. His wife's name's Ruby, and he was 98 years old when I was young, and he would get up and preach, and and I don't know, small town churches are a lot different than big town churches for sure.
Totally.
And I walked in there many times with shorts, blue jeans, whatever, and just looking like a busted can of biscuits, walk in, just jerk the hat off and sit down. And they was
all dressed up and everything, suits and everything.
Yeah. No, I mean, some people come dressed up, but what I'm saying is like they don't care. They don't care. You know what I mean? Like if you come barefooted, they don't care. Yeah. And they were always good to me. So it's other than maybe like a handful of churches, I've been to that one more than I've been anywhere in my life. And it's a good little church, but I thought it was cool that because they can't have church service that they was putting the PA system out in the parking lot. And because I'm in the holler, like it echoes. I have the video, but it echoes through the mountains. You know what I'm saying? So it sounds really cool.
See, that is the one thing that's happened during this whole quarantine thing. I think people have found new ways of religion, entertainment, cooking, spending time with their family. A lot of great videos, parents, finding stuff to do with their kids in the house and all kinds of stuff. I think it's actually been, I know this is not a fun time and people have lost their lives and everything during this virus, but I hope there's some good things we learn from all this too, right? I mean, staying home.
When you get used to the rat race, the routine of what we've turned ourselves into, like,
totally.
and then you do this, like, it can be a little refreshing. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree totally.
And not everybody feels that way though, because I know there's a lot of people at home going nuts, wanting to get out, wanting to do this, that, and the other.
I know, and I just we talked about it before too, and I understand it, especially with young kids at home and tension, all that kinds of stuff. But I mean, we're being asked to stay at home. We're not being asked to go fight a war or something like that, right? It's nobody's shooting bullets at us. Like I get it though, and I think part of it too is that if people start watching TV and it scare people and all that kind of stuff. It's like turn the TV off and find the news, find out what you need to find out, and then.
Well, a lot of people have lost those creative juices. When I was a youngin', you had to figure out something to entertain yourself. And it wasn't sitting inside watching TV. You know what I mean?
I was told you. I was up milking cows. I was up milking cows when I had the diaper on.
I was out riding my motorcycles, ripping and running.
I was working and you were having fun.
Listen, I rode a motorcycle all over this farm. My grandpa, every time I come up, like I had to come up before I come up when I was 14. I had come up when I was in elementary school too. I came up when I was in 5th grade, and we was having problems at home. My dad sent us all off so they can get things straightened out. Basically, he just divorcing his woman, so he was kicking her out. So he got rid of us because she was watering. Damn it, she used to try to kill us sometimes. But anyway, so we were having all kinds of problems. So he sent us off for a little bit. And every time I'd come up to my grandpa's, he would make sure that I had my dirt bike. So it's like he would go buy me a dirt bike and I would ride it. Listen, I would ride that thing all over this farm. Hey, you may tell you the first thing I ever rode. It was the first bike I ever had was a little JR50, and then me and my brother used to share it. Like me and him would ride it. And then when I came up in 5th grade, he got me an OR50. Because I was always a little bitty girl. Like I was always shorter and all get out. And then when I came up when I came up in 7th grade, because I came up in 7th grade too. When I came up in 7th grade, for the first month, because he would get rid of my bike when I was gone. I'd be gone for a few years and then I would come back. He would get rid of it because there's no sense in letting it sit around. My grandpa was always buying and trading and selling stuff. And when I came back when I was in 7th grade, for like a month, you know what I rode to the little country store? My lawnmower. Listen, that son bitch was running about 30, 40 miles an hour. I would ride that lawnmower to the store. You would, and until my grandpa could get me a dirt bike. Like I said, he would always get rid of my bikes when I would leave. Right. But every time I came back, I'd be like, Grandpa, I need a bike, and bam, he'd be on it. And with about a month of no dirt bike, I would ride that dang lawnmower to the store. You
can walk or what?
Nah, it's a good distance. Good distance. I mean, yeah, I could walk, but my grandpa would never let me walk. Crazy. Oh. But I would sneak that lawnmower and take off, though.
I used to
no, so I got a really long driveway, so you could just be like, yo, I'm mowing the driveway, and you could be gone for an hour just mowing the driveway. Yeah. So hit that highway. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I used to love driving tractors when I was a kid. Oh, man, that was cool.
I just do anything outside, period, when I was a kid. But we'd make our little, because I had brothers and stuff, so we would make like tracks, and it's like, all right, it was like, you're gonna go up the hill, you're gonna go to the right, around the barn, past the spring, and you do 3 laps, and whoever does that the fastest wins. We would do stuff like that, and it was so much fun.
We had the snowmobiles all the time too when I was a kid. That was good. That was like having the dirt bikes. That was good. You didn't get enough snow in Kentucky to have snowmobiles, did you?
No, we can get snow, but not enough for no snowmobile. Nah. I figured you'd be like, yeah, whenever you get the horses out, because older than them, you didn't have no electronic machines back in your early days.
So we never even had a color TV, I think, until I don't know how old I was. We had black and white TV, 2 channels. I remember when we first got a remote control. It was a big deal, like to have a remote control.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
You go outside all the time. Now you don't ever go outside. Like you just sit inside.
I'm allergic. I found out, when you get old, you become allergic to things that you wasn't allergic to when you was a kid. And turns out I'm allergic to outside. Who knew? Who knew?
You talk yourself into these things like I'm allergic outside. Like
I break out in these things. This little thing starts rolling off my face.
Are we gonna
Tom, you ever had that? That stuff just rolls off your. Like you get it everywhere, just rolls off of you. It's kind of clear looking. It's a liquid.
Like never rain.
Yeah, that's what's called sweat.
Is that you?
Sweat. Sweat. Yeah, I'm allergic to that stuff.
You are.
I can't get around it. Can't get around it, Tom.
Manufacturer, like you manufacture these things. I saw you carry these big boulders out there. Like I'm gonna carry a boulder. I'm in Fiji.
Dude, I've lost all my strength. I went to pick this thing up yesterday. It's an old box that was made out of. It's like the soundproof boards for an old speaker box, and it's been raining for 4 or 5 days. And I went to pick that thing up, and it's expanded. Oh. I swear to God, it's got to weigh more than 100 pounds because I can get it up and I can put it on my knees, but I can't lift it, to set it up in the back of my truck to get rid of it. So
it might be that you've been sitting around all the time too. You got to get.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I've gotten so weak. I'm so weak from doing nothing.
Out there, Survivor. Okay, so what song? We're gonna make our own songs, like one song for Christmas or a whole bunch of songs?
I don't know. We should make like a Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer song.
Okay. So Jingle Bells, Santa Smells. So like take an original Christmas song and change it around the way we want to change it.
And make us a Christmas song.
Okay.
Is what we should do. Right. I mean, I don't know if the masses would be down for that or not. I know you're probably a terrible singer.
Krishna got her finger cut off.
Yeah. You come up with the words, Tom. There you go.
Karishma got her finger cut off on Survivor, but she managed to survive and hate everybody. What else?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Got a certain tone to it. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
All right. So what do we got things to do. So your girl is going to get you to this healthy lifestyle. Are we getting this going or what? Is she done threatening?
Yeah.
So I don't
Yeah.
have to post anything.
No, I told you I told you we was doing a Thanksgiving dinner. She said after that was it.
Okay.
That's supposed to be Thursday, so I guess Friday. No more Monday. I guess it's Friday.
Oh man.
What is today?
Tuesday, all day.
I can't keep track of the days. Quarantine's got me so messed up.
Pick up your phone. It has a date and time on it and everything. Don't make excuses.
I don't stay on my phone like these new.
I don't. You have to stay on it. Pick it up. You pick it up and you look at it. It says there. It is time.
It's a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble.
Yeah,
That's heavy.
I have the extra big fonts too, so I can see them properly. So.
Yeah, because you need bifocals.
No.
Papa.
Nope.
Can I call you Papa?
Nope. Mr. Laidlaw. Mr. Laidlaw.
No, Papa.
Nope.
Papa Laidlaw.
You call me whatever you want, Lane. It doesn't matter what I care because you just do whatever you want to do, anyways.
This is true. Story of my life, Tom.
Right.
I do what I want.
So on Thursday, when we reconvene, are we going to be on at 10 o'clock? Like people, the masses come to listen to you. And
They know by now that it'd probably be 10:05. If you on time, you're early. That's how it goes.
No, on time is late. Oh, by the way, I got my smoothie here too with the plantain in it and everything, with the skin, the whole bit. Oh, man. Avocado in there, almond milk, almond butter. All right. So once again, it's been a real pleasure to be on. You know what? I didn't do an introduction for you today. We just got right at it. I didn't say this is
no, because you was too busy telling me I was late.
Well, right.
Yeah, and apologizing to the people.
To the masses.
Masses. Tom, there's like 40 people. How many people watch these?
We're at 1,400. Oh, there's 1,500. Oh no, there's 2 zeros missing. Oh, it's 15.
You're so stupid.
We have more after the show.
No, I'm saying. So how many people is actually here at 10 o'clock?
Oh, well, but I don't go live, so you can't tell. Like if I was to start the show by myself, I could see who's on. So when I push the live button, go live button, then
okay. So why don't you go live Thursday by yourself,
okay,
and talk to the fans.
The mask.
And then when I get on, we'll see how many people is disappointed that I wasn't here on time.
You know what we'll do? It's like I'll be one of those guys that comes out on stage first and kind of preps the audience and like that, and then the big star
for the talent. That's what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be my hype man for the talent. I'm the talent.
We'll do that. So I'll be on at 10 o'clock, whether you're here or not. I'm going to start at 10 o'clock Thursday. And if it takes 30 minutes before you're on, I'll just continue. I'll just talk by myself. I'll tell the story.
Talk to Google. Talk to Google. Google me.
Yeah. You know what to do? I'll be talking to Google while I'm on. That'll be the conversation I'm having.
See, there you go. There you go.
Well, let me think. Hey Siri.
What would you like to know about Lifetime Tom Laidlaw?
Lifetime Tom Laidlaw. What the heck is that?
What would you like to know?
Well, she asked a bunch of questions. It's like that. The information there, like, well, I can't tell you everything. So, all right. So let's, you know what? We should ask our listeners too. Can you please send in some suggestions for Christmas songs that we can change the way we want to have the Laidlaw and Stott Christmas Carol song?
Why does your name always goes first? It's like our law office was Laidlaw and Stott. No.
Yep.
No.
All right.
It should be the talent first, and then Big
Tom
Dummy.
Tom and Elaine.
It should be Little Dummy, Big Dummy.
Coming to you for Christmas. Little Dummy, Big Dummy coming for Christmas.
Yeah.
I've actually got one of those little dancing Santas. That's all I decorate the house with now. I've got a dancing Santa. You plug him in. His hips will go back and forth like this. Yeah. All right. I'm done with you. It was a fantastic talk to you. Okay. When I push the end broadcast, it takes a few seconds. So don't yell at me. Okay. All right. See you guys. We'll be back on Thursday. I'll be here at 10 o'clock. Elaine will be here whenever she decides she wants to get on. All right.
Bye, guys.